Hello and welcome to The Hop, a podcast designed to help marketers and business owners navigate the ever-changing landscape of marketing. I'm your host, Matt Taylor Farrington, and the owner of Purple Bunny Marketing. And today we're joined by Nick from our social media team.
Hello.
Thank you all. Don't leave me hanging. And today we're just going to talk more generally about social media and some things that we're seeing in the landscape.
Yeah.
And we're going to kick it off with a bit of a celebration.
Yes.
20 years of Facebook.
We just didn't bring party poppers.
Yeah, we needed party poppers or some sort of, just, I don't know, edit it in or something.
Oh, yeah. That's my job anyway. So.
Correct. That I was actually quite stunned when I read an article about it and was like, 20 years. I remember creating my first Facebook
I was about to say, you're
profile.
old. You must have made one in 2004.
Thanks. Yes. Was in school though, so not that old, just to be clear. But yes, I remember creating my first Facebook profile and inviting friends and stuff. So it's a bit
poking people back then. And
yes,
whatever,
yeah, and contemplating getting rid of MySpace.
Oh my god, yeah.
But anyways, I guess the question though around Facebook that I kind of wanted to ask and bringing it back to the podcast, obviously, is, it's 20 years on, but is Facebook still actually attracting an audience? Are we still seeing people signing up to the platform?
Yeah, so it is, but not with the younger generation, pretty much. So we're finding more that older people are on Facebook. Like we've said in previous podcasts, where the younger people are more straying towards Instagram and TikTok, for example.
Yes.
Because the Facebook is seen as the Facebook.
Facebook, you're going back to the original. Yes.
Is seen by the younger generation as the old people, my parents are on there type thing.
Yes.
So,
so thanks to the oldies that jumped on there, because I'm finding myself, I guess, I check Facebook and I go on it regularly, but I'm finding myself less on it and more on as time's gone on. And I actually wasn't a big Instagram person at the start, and now all of a sudden I'm finding myself living and breathing in that platform.
Yeah.
And TikTok more so as time's going on. I'm progressing more into that, I guess.
I say I'm the same, and I mainly use Facebook just for news in a way, because I just follow all the major news, ABC and all that on there. But then I do that on Twitter too.
Yes.
X, sorry. And so, and there's also nice to keep up with friends and stuff too. But
and look, I still go on there for that sort of stuff. I just am finding I'm noticing my time less on that platform, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but I guess the beauty about Facebook is knowing your audience again, like we've said from the day one, is my audience there? And if they're not, well, then there's probably no need for you to be there.
Yeah, because if you have a product for younger people, then it's probably not ideal to advertise too much on Facebook.
Yes.
So if there's a product for everyone, then go for it.
Yeah, agreed. All right, so moving along then, we wanted to talk about TikTok, and this has actually kind of stunned me and frustrated me slightly, because for so long we've talked about short form video and all the rest of it, and I think TikTok is trying to challenge that platform, that medium, I guess, in the sense of those micro videos and whatnot. But I saw something there that they're trialing longer form video. Is that right?
Yeah, so it's interesting because even I've found on my feed that, there's up to 10-minute videos now, but I think you can only do that if you have a certain amount of followers or something like that from my understanding and memory.
Yep.
So for example, people shouldn't be doing this because of course copyright, but I've watched an entire SpongeBob episode on TikTok as one part.
Right.
And a lot of people are uploading longer videos, whether it's a day in the life or something along those lines. So we're finding it more common on there, even though for the longest time, I think we've said in the podcast, and even when I started with Purple Bunny, short form was the way to go, but now it's bumping back.
Short form is still important and necessary and definitely on certain platforms, but it's just interesting that TikTok's obviously trying to challenge that narrative and that story by saying, well, hang on, no, people are prepared to watch longer. And I know for myself, if I watch something and in that first 60 seconds it definitely grabs me, I want to go, as I've said in previous podcasts, I want to go and watch all those parts. And if I don't have to and scroll past it and stay and watch, I'm probably more likely to do it, to be honest.
Yeah, same
here.
So
I kind of like it. I'm kind of worried about what it's going to do and change, and does that mean then that the likes of, you know, Instagram and Facebook are going to go, oh no, you can do longer form as well, and then it's going to change, and then the algorithms are going to change again?
So I know with Reels, like they're still very strict on time and stuff like that. Even, you know, because of course we upload stuff all the time for different clients and that, and you know, cutting it down, you know, for example, this might be a highlight in the podcast. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I haven't edited it yet. But I always aim for 60 seconds because otherwise, you know, YouTube, with YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels, they sometimes chuck a fit and go, oh, it's 61 seconds. How dare you?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And I mean, we're speaking not only from what we experience with our clients, but our own stuff. We do it in that format and it works really well. Our views go up, the numbers are there, we're seeing the climb with the subscribers. So for us, short form is still where to be, but it's just interesting to see that TikTok is challenging that. And I noticed as well that not only are they challenging the story-based formats, but they're now also optimizing or trialing some optimizations around the horizontal form, so your landscape videos as well. Personally,
I'm personally a fan because it's like there's so much black space on the screen, and it's stupid.
Yeah, and as a marketer, it kind of just makes me go cringe a little bit. But it's just interesting to see that they're doing that. And is that going to be a change where you don't need to chop up your content into multiples? I'm not saying don't do that because I think it's hideous, but
I agree.
I think it's maybe they're trying to appeal to the lazier base that don't know how to do it.
Lazier editors.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting to see that they're challenging that status that's been around for a while. So, all right, hashtags. So we've talked about it a few times, and we get asked a lot. You know, how many should I do, and what should I be, what tags should I be using, and all the rest of it. And we've covered it off on multiple podcasts. So if you want to know more, go back. But I guess I want to talk about why is it becoming more and more important to utilize hashtags.
Well, hashtags are helping with your SEO. Yes. If you didn't know that, like with Google and stuff. So, you know, Googling something and you get a hashtag with your post and something, then it'll help boost your brand stuff. But you're more the SEO expert than me when it comes to stuff like that. Yes,
and I'm the one that told you. Yeah, I guess, and I've noticed it myself more and more that when I search for something, Google is now putting content up that has been tagged with that or may have relevance to that.
Yeah.
So the hashtags are now also helping to get your content on social media also now seen across onto your Google platform. Now, it always has been. It's just that it's now becoming...
It's pushing a bit more.
It's pushing it a little bit more. The algorithms have changed slightly and we're seeing that's what it's driving content-wise.
Yeah, because would you say like using your own hashtag, like for example, hashtag Pebble Bunny Marketing would help as well?
Yeah, definitely. I think using your own brand is important in a hashtag. Now, there's people who will say it's not, and I guess, you know, it depends on what you're trying to achieve. For us, obviously, we are a newer agency. We're coming up to our 4-year birthday, which is great. Right. But for us, it's about that brand recognition and that name. So for us, we continue to do it. Now, in, say, another 5 years' time, we may not because we won't need to. So it's about when to use it and when not to use it, I guess, is the question there. But yes, I definitely recommend for any new business or a startup or anything like that, definitely tag your business so that if someone does search your business, not only are they searching it from Google side of things, but people are now searching in Facebook, and I almost just said in the Facebook as well, just like you. Oh God! But they're searching it in Facebook, they're searching it in Instagram, they're searching in TikTok. They're looking for those things. So hashtags are becoming more important. That being said, don't flood it with hashtags.
No.
Keep it short and sweet, and just find those ones that are very relevant to what you're posting about at that time. So if you're posting, for example, our podcast and we're talking about social media, we would hashtag the things that we've covered off in there. So for example, we've talked about TikTok, we've talked about Facebook's birthday, all those sorts of things. So then when people are searching regarding those things, they're getting that specific content that's related to it.
Exactly.
So it's just about being specific as well.
Yeah.
All right. And the last question, so you can get out of the hot seat. Authentic, non-promotional content. I guess why do we need to be better in this space, and what is authentic non-promotional content?
So pretty much it's I've spoken about it before in a way. It's with your brand, do your videos of like day in the life type things, or what we do for one client is, you know, they are a restaurant and they make drinks and food, of course, and we film
amazing drinks and food in Brisbane.
Oh, yes, absolutely. And we film them making the cocktails, making the food and stuff, and chop that up into reels for Instagram and TikTok as well.
Yes.
And they do well because people like seeing that peek behind the curtain in a way, because they want to see like a personality with your brand or restaurant in that case.
Yeah, correct. I'm happy to mention his name, Mr. Wabi. Also owns another one in Brisbane, Mr. Bao. And both amazing restaurants, and both got that vibe to them that you kind of want to show off. And the only way to do that is by being authentic through the content, and not staging anything. So all of his content is very much done in a format where, like you said, we're filming the staff producing it. We're filming the staff doing it. You know, there's the R&B music in the background that Sebastian loves, and build that vibe in the restaurant. And we're trying to continue that vibe through to the social media. So it's about the authenticity of what I see on social, I get when I walk through the door of that restaurant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I think it's becoming more important. You know, people don't want to follow content anymore that's very staged, that they know isn't real. So don't be scared to pick up your phone and record something if it's happening in the moment, to be in the moment, and be real about it. Obviously review it before you put it up.
Because like we record somebody's food and like, okay, it's not staged at all because it's as the chef's making it and stuff, and it's actually a customer's order, so it's not going to be studio quality, but it still has to look good, of course.
Yeah, 100%. You know, and there's certain things and aspects behind the scenes that you can film. But not only that, you know, showcase things authentic. When we talk about it being authentic, you know, people do actually want to see a little bit behind the curtain about who the people are in that business. You know, so if it is someone's birthday, celebrate it, put it up, you know, all those sorts of things. Just showcase who you are and what your brand is, and be as authentic as possible. Don't feel that every post has to be about selling. It's not. No. Or driving what product you sell or service you sell. You need to showcase yourself and highlight who you are and who your brand is as well. So that's it. Awesome. We're done.
Happy days.
Another one done. So thanks for tuning in. To see and hear more from The Hop, and to keep up to date with all the latest marketing trends, make sure you subscribe on the link below. Thanks to Nick for popping into the studio today so that we could obviously talk to you more about some trends and some things that we're seeing in social media space and some changes. If you've got an opinion about what we talked about today, or a topic you'd like us to cover off, please comment on our socials and let us know. So stay tuned to see and hear more from The Hop, helping you to get your marketing hopping.